So I posed the question, what are you afraid of? And I'm going to start off the discussion by telling you what I'm afraid of. How about that? I've been afraid of a lot of things in my life. I've been involved in some kind of pursuit almost my entire life that has caused me to be afraid of something, to be nervous, to be afraid, you name it, I've done it. I started as a kid playing the piano. I was deathly afraid of performing in front of people. Deathly afraid. I tell you, I don't know what it is about me and fear, but I have done things all my life that have caused me to feel fear. And I don't think that being courageous is about never feeling fear. I think being courageous is about feeling fear and doing whatever the thing is anyway that causes you to feel that fear. So whether just facing your fear and moving through it, whether it's public speaking, like doing Toastmasters and getting up in front of a group, whether that scares you to death and doing it anyway, whether it's acting and going on auditions and that scares you to death and doing it anyway, whether it's playing the piano like it was for me as a kid and doing it in front of people and going out in front of groups and doing it anyway. I think that once you do that over and over again, those fears diminish. And fear becomes something that you go, yeah, okay, it's just an emotion. And once you just can move through it, it's just, you feel it and okay, it's just one of those things, and now we move on. Because now, I mean, yes, it used to be when I would step onto a set as the director and I would have a big name star on that set, I would feel nervous. I would have jitters. I would be, the first day to direct a big name star, I'd be like, oh, my heart would be pounding. And I will say, I still feel like the first day on the set, the anticipation of stepping onto that set, particularly if there's going to be a big star there, I'll get a little fluttery, like, okay, I'm still going to get a little, yeah, but it's an energy. And the minute I step on the set, however, that fear is gone. I don't even think about it because it's what I do. I just do what I do. I earned the right to be there, and I've done it so much that your professionalism turns on and you just do the work. You have assumed that mantle of professionalism. And you only assume that mantle of professionalism when you have confidence in your own ability. And you only have confidence in your own ability when you have done the work. Right before I type, fade in, it's like, there's a little bit of fear of, can I really do this? Am I capable of doing this? There's a lot on the line, and it's a lot of work, and it's a lot on the work. There's a lot on the line, and it's a lot of work, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears goes into every one of them, and I keep hoping that it will pay off, and so far, it's, we're still working towards the big prize, so we'll see. We'll see. So there you go. That's some of the things I'm afraid of. I think we have a lot of things that we're naturally afraid of or have been instilled in us to be afraid of. And there's nothing wrong with that. Fear is just one of the emotions. I think people try to pretend that they're not afraid, men particularly, but I have a lot of that male chutzpah thing going on because I grew up in a family of all males. No sisters, very much my father's daughter, all brothers. So I have a lot of this male thing, you know, very competitive, very success oriented, a lot of that stuff going on. And so I, for a very, very long time, I did not like to admit that I had any fears at all. And which is kind of a ridiculous thing because we all have fears. We all have fears as human beings. And there's nothing to be ashamed of to admitting that we have fears. The only thing that would be strange is to admit that you don't have fears, or to get so lost in your fear, to be so afraid that you are frozen so that your fears stop you. That would not be good. If you let your fears stop you, that's the thing that you want to guard against, is not to let your fears stop you from the things that you want to accomplish and the things that you want to do, and from revealing your true self to other people. Because that's where the beauty is, in being authentic and vulnerable and open to other human beings, so that we can get to know each other and understand each other. Because let's face it, we all are going through life in this world with this huge social veneer. That's why I decided on this topic today, and decided if I was going to do this topic, I was going to start off by admitting the stuff that I was afraid of first. You could start thinking about in your own life, yeah, what am I afraid of and why? And it's okay. It's okay to be afraid of things, because we all are afraid of things. And it's okay, and if you admit it, then you can move through it. Here's what I know. Don't be afraid of disappointing anyone. You face each day and do the best you can for that day. That is all you can ask of yourself. Every day is a new day. You get to start over with a clean slate, and you just do the best you can for that day. Don't worry about the day before, and don't worry about tomorrow. You just worry about today. You just do the best you can with the circumstances that you find yourself in today. That is the one thing I know for sure. If you're afraid of failing or disappointing yourself or someone else at any endeavor that you're trying, whether it's writing, acting, directing, painting, singing, whatever, for sure you're going to fail at it if you never try. You've already failed if you don't try.